The Enterprise.
Bonksz.
It's J.Carr.
My role will be to handle the production aspect of the music, coming up with beats, producing, engineering sometimes. It's just all a process that me and J.Carr have to go through just to make the best possible track.
I do all the videos, the pictures, basically everything to do with a visual, I do it.
I'm the primary organizer, the Carr Club Capitan.
The reason I chose the name Enterprise was because I dial in when I make my beats, and sort of being in the studio environment makes me feel like I'm in a spaceship kind of way, you know what I'm saying? So I just decided to pick the name Enterprise. Thought it fit, having all these lights and knobs you gotta turn and stuff like that, so that's the reason why.
Why did I choose that name? To be completely honest with you, I don't know. I kind of want to be pretentious and give you like this long definition of this, but I can't. I don't know why.
It's really my real name. James is actually my middle name, and Carr is my last name. And I used to go by my first name, but the thing is that when I got into a new point in my career, I said, since this is a new phase, let me transition from my first to middle and last.
The reason I got into what I do was because I honestly feel it's the best thing I can do. I'm naturally talented. Everybody always tells me I'm naturally talented in music. This is what I chose to do, it's what comes natural to me.
Well, I was always a creative person, always. It started off with writing. Then sometimes that used to be like drawing and painting every now and then. Well, I was terrible at that, but I happened to stumble on photography by mistake. Then I actually ended up liking it. Then it made me, I used to make up like these little characters in these stories. Then through photography, I was able to bring them to life, and that's basically how I got involved with that.
I was forced to do what I do. It wasn't really a choice, I was always a creative individual, and one thing led to the next, and it was always a dream for me to put together projects and things like that. But the thing is that it was always difficult for me to find people to get behind. So essentially what it was each of the roles that team players would have, I would usually just typically learn a new trade and step into it. And then that made me the well-versed person that I am, whether it be musically, creatively, and whatnot. So now, in terms of the record label, the company, and whatnot, the goal is to find a bunch of young creative people and essentially use all of my talents to help them get to the next level. The meaning behind Carr Club is not only my last name, but it's essentially everybody would have their own vehicle for success, in the sense that with most record labels and companies, there would always be like this one head, and then there would be a whole bunch of like other people who aren't really too relevant. They're just kind of around, or as haters might say, tax write-offs or whatever the case may be. But I never believed in something like that. I wanted to have something, or start a company with a group of people where everybody has their own lane, has their own route, has their own vehicle, has their own. Everybody is self-sufficient and they can stand on their own. And essentially, that is the goal / meaning / idea behind the Carr Club.